Okay, so we're going to be going over the American Revolution using the Socratic method of questioning to come up with a theory about the American Revolution, about why things happened the way they did and what was the effect of everything. So let's start with kind of, why do you think what was the kicking point for the American Revolution? Why did the colonists decide they wanted to revolt against the crown?
Religious freedom.
Religious freedom. What was their religion?
Protestant.
They were Protestant. What was the crown? That's an ethnicity. That's not, British isn't a religion.
Oh, Catholic.
Catholic. They were part of the Vatican. So as for religious freedom, they wanted to separate. What was another reason why they wanted to separate?
Taxes.
Taxes. What was happening?
They were charging them a lot for tea and other necessities.
Other necessities, such as stamps. They had the Stamp Act and the Boston Tea Party. So what did the colonists do to protest the taxes that were being? They did the Boston Tea Party, which was what?
They dressed up as like Native Americans and went on a ship and dumped all the tea.
Yes, exactly. What happened after that? Do you remember what the king did after that? Well, it's hard since this isn't, we didn't just learn this, so we're just kind of assuming. What they did afterwards was they actually, the crown put a blockade around Boston Harbor. They refused to let any ships in and out. Yes, there you go, you remember. They refused to let any ships in and out. So after they had the blockade, what happened next? What did the crown do besides the blockade? They did do an embargo. What else? Who's Paul Revere? Let's go there.
The guy that rode the horse down the street saying that the British were coming.
Yes, but what did he call them? He didn't call them British.
Redcoats.
The Redcoats are coming. So what did the crown do after they did the blockade and that didn't necessarily work? What did they do?
They brought the Redcoats to.
They started invading. Yeah, and what happened? Why was that so intrusive?
They were digging up some of the houses when they weren't welcome.
Very true. It's called the Quartering Act. So the crown made it law that the colonists couldn't reject a person of the crown staying in their house. They didn't even have a choice. Sorry, you guys get kicked out of your bedroom. I'm going to sleep here because I'm a Redcoat soldier. So people like Paul Revere announced that the Redcoats were coming to what? What was the purpose of that?
To bring the militia.
Yeah, to warn everybody of what was going on, to keep everybody aware. Okay, so now what happened after that? After Paul Revere, did that start the war? Did that end the war?
That was kind of like
It was the start of it. And then people started taking arms against the crown, right? And what happened next? Did they use the Napoleonic style of fighting, which was you stand in a line and you just fire at each other?
No.
The Americans didn't.
The Americans hid behind trees.
Yes.
And the French kind of taught them how to do that.
The French and who else?
Native Americans.
The Native Americans taught them how to do that. Very good. So the Native Americans and the French said to the colonists, well, this is stupid. Why are we lining up in lines to kill each other? Why don't I just hide behind a tree? And that way you can't shoot me so easily. And we'll shoot from inside. So that actually started the new age of warfare in our country, where we don't just line up against each other. So, very good. And thank you guys for being involved in our Socratic method of